What's up, guys? I just wanted to make this video saying thank you for 25,000 subscribers. At the point of recording this video, I should be at around 25,500 going into the new year, or about to hit that, which is already crazy enough. I started this year with barely over 7,000, and now I've basically more or less tripled, if not nearly quadrupled, the amount of subscribers I had from the start of the year. And that is just insane. I cannot be thankful enough for everything you guys have done for this channel. And honestly, I really expect 2025 to be an even bigger year, because a lot of stuff's going to be changing. I have my own ideas for what's going to happen in the future, and the stories that I am covering are definitely reaching into an amazing conclusion, with some great arcs coming up and just a lot of things I'm excited to see in the future. Now, I am going to say that I am going to make some changes to the content of the channel, for the most part, mainly schedule-wise, but also I have some other things I want to do. For one thing I do want to say, something that isn't going to change at all, the weekly content for Fortnite the Apocalypse and Fairy Tail. Fortnite the Apocalypse is literally the bread and butter of this channel. Those chapter reviews and now the discussion-based content and other videos for it are doing very well on the channel, and those have essentially kept the lights on for the most part. But I managed to do a full year of Fairy Tail content, and those videos have also been doing a lot better. The Fairy Tail Explained videos more so, in that one Acnologia video about him and the Dragon Gods did very, very well. Heck, the Dragon Gods Explained video is my most viewed video with almost 200,000 views in less than a year. And that is crazy to think about, and most of my top 10 are Fairy Tail Explained videos. 3 of them are Fairy Tail videos, which is still crazy enough for me to say. So Fairy Tail still going to stay there with the bi-weekly reviews of those bi-weekly chapters, and either a discussion, theory, or even explained video in between. I might also experiment with what-if scenarios for that series, and maybe 7 Deadly Sins in the future, but that's a little bit further down the line. I'm not sold on it just yet. And if you've been paying attention to some of my other videos, I did say if I hit 30k, I'm going to do retrospectives for those series. And yes, once I hit 30,000, I'm going to start doing retrospective reviews of the manga for 7 Deadly Sins and Fairy Tail. Now, 7 Deadly Sins is going to be the one that's going to go first, because it's the main thing on the channel, so going to the manga for 7 Deadly Sins is definitely going to be the main priority. And also, I do want to say this, because I do want to help promote it. My friend Axel Beats is actually going to be doing multiple part videos going over the manga Fairy Tail as well, so I'm definitely going to give him a lot of time for that, because he's been working for well over a year, for almost a year at this point, on going through the manga and just deep diving into Fairy Tail's manga. So every single time he reveals a part for that Shine retrospective, I'm going to link it, because the guy makes great content, and if I trust anybody to really make a honest-to-God great video for Fairy Tail, I think it would be him. He enjoys the series, he has his own criticisms, but he's also very fair. So I would appreciate the love for Axel Beats' next video for Fairy Tail once that eventually comes out. But I will do my Fairy Tail retrospective once the 7 Deadly Sins one is finished. Also, I do want to actually get done with the Soul Leader blind review. I've been putting that off because I've just been very weird with my schedule over the last couple of months. So I do plan on recording the vast amount of that giant review within parts in advance, and then having it slowly be worked on in the background, and then just do consecutive releases of those reviews. And I'm also going to do that for Shaman King. I do have 2 videos already done in advance for Shaman King, but I'm going to wait a little bit before I even start releasing those, at least until I'm halfway through Soul Leader, and when I have a few more to say about Shaman King when I read the manga a bit more. So those are due. There's other manga I do want to do blind reviews for, mainly The Gray Man, because that manga is really, really good. I've only read a little bit, and I watched the anime, but I know the manga has some changes, and it's well ahead of the anime. So I want to do manga reviews in terms of going through The Gray Man, because that was a great anime when I watched it, and I want to check out the manga and see the differences between them and to see where the story goes from there. But other than that, other weekly stuff, Galaxius, I'm still debating on whether or not making that a monthly just catch-up at this point instead of weekly, because that more or less takes up a few hours of the day to record and edit for that review to release it later on in the week. And the views have not been as good after coming back from the literal month hiatus that the manga was on kind of lost its momentum, unfortunately. But the views are slowly coming back, but it's kind of hit or miss, unfortunately. And I do want more people to talk about this manga, so I don't want to drop it. But I'm still not sold on weekly videos for it just yet. I'm going to keep it up for a little bit longer, but if the views aren't doing so well, I might just do like a monthly recap. Something similar to what I was doing when I first started doing chapter reviews for Fairy Tail, and just do batch reviews of like a month's worth of chapters or 3 to 4 chapters at a time, and then releasing one larger video, just giving all that information out at once. That's something I might end up doing. Right now everyone wants it to be weekly, so I'll probably keep that up for a little bit, but I'll see how that goes. Next up, Dead Rock is still going to be monthly. By the time this video comes out, I should already have like the chapter 19 review already being worked on and out by this time. So Dead Rock not changing, but I do want to at least really lock in and do some more Dead Rock videos in between chapters, because it's not doing too great in terms of keeping people interested, because it's a monthly manga. You gotta bring out some more content in between so people can keep talking about it between releases. So that's something I do really want to do for Dead Rock. Same with Blue Exorcist. By the time this video is out, I should have like a big ass, almost an hour long video going over like the 6 chapters I missed in terms of Blue Exorcist reviews, because manga has been really good, and I really miss talking about Blue Exorcist on the channel. Even if the views don't do good, that's more so a passion project for me for Blue Exorcist, and I do want to, like with Dead Rock, make more videos for Blue Exorcist. Though, in terms of Blue Exorcist, it has a lot more content for me to actually make like particular videos on that doesn't have to do with the manga, and also the anime is releasing one of the best arcs in Blue Exorcist being adapted into the anime, so I might make some videos for that as the anime is airing, but I'm still not 100% sure. I just gotta plan things out more properly, but Blue Exorcist is coming back into the rotation. Now then, Undead Unluck I started doing just on a whim, because the manga was ending and I just really wanted to talk about it with somebody. So Undead Unluck is just until the manga ends, and that's probably not going to be for too much longer. By the time this video's out, I feel like Undead Unluck's got a good like 3 to 4 chapters at most left before it's finished completely. But just gotta wait and see, but it is most likely going to be finished within the next few chapters. There's also Hunter x Hunter that I did, which was at first very good, then it petered out a little bit, mainly because I think my thumbnails and titles didn't really have anything to do with recognizable characters, so it didn't really do much in the algorithm. But I am actually planning on some Hunter x Hunter themed videos that I'm gonna bulk up and build up in the background, in the back catalog. That way, by the time we know when Hunter x Hunter comes back from its hiatus, I'll just be pumping out videos like it's nothing by that point, just so I can build up hype for Hunter x Hunter, and that way I can come back with a chapter of reviews for when that manga eventually comes back. So yeah, I do want to talk about Hunter x Hunter. It's one of my favorite series, so I do want to talk about it. But also, in terms of like Undead Unluck ending, I do want to add another series to that list if I can, just so I can get some talking points up for series that do deserve more love. I might pick up Ichi the Witch for weekly reviews, but then again, I do talk about that just like Galaxias on my weekly podcast, Panel Shonen Pulse on Panel Focus. Go check that out. We're almost at 1,000 subs, and it's just a lot of fun to talk about it with Yatsugami, Papa Trophy, and Nox. So if you guys enjoy Ichi the Witch or a bunch of different manga, then please check that out. It's a lot of fun, and I do want that podcast to do well, because we talk about a lot of manga that some people probably haven't really checked out yet, and it's honestly just a lot of fun. It's also a good recommendation for people. But Ichi the Witch I do want to talk about weekly, but I don't think I will just yet. I'm still not sold on it. I'm going to see after Undead Unluck is finished, but I'm not sure just yet about Ichi the Witch. Maybe I'll just actually like keep Galaxias. Maybe I'll throw in Gachiakuta eventually, but I'm going to wait and see on that. I'm going to wait and see after Undead Unluck is gone to see what I'm going to do with another weekly series, if I can even handle that. But outside of that, there's another thing I'm planning to do. I'm planning to launch a second channel. Yeah, I know. I'm planning to launch a second channel when I'm barely over 25,000. Why am I doing that? Instead of waiting until I hit 100 like a normal person? Well, it's because I've been getting back into comic books, Marvel and DC, IDW's Ninja Turtles, and also just trying to dip my toe into more indie comics or stuff from like Image and Dark Horse, just to see other stories and concepts outside of manga, because I loved comics before getting into manga, but when I fully got into manga, I just dropped the comic books for the most part, save for TMNT for a bit. It's been, at this point, 6 years since I properly started reading manga, so I'm 6 years behind on American comic books, especially Marvel and DC, so that's, yeah, I have a lot of catching up to do. That, and over the last year, Marvel started their new Ultimate Universe, which has been really, really good, and I really want to talk about it and talk about new releases. If you remember back at the beginning of 2024, when the first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man came out, I tried to do a video on that, but no one really cared because this is a manga channel, and no one's really gonna watch my stuff for comics. And I also did a video for the first issue of TMNT Naruto, which will probably end up going to the next channel once I get that properly set up. I do want to I'm planning on doing stuff in the background so I can get a few like baseline generalized videos out, like at least set up so I can start releasing, and then talk about single issues if I can, and then proper storylines eventually, because I just really want to talk about comics again. I've been reading some other stories, catching up with some new stuff, and it's just been a lot of fun. Comics have been really fun to get back into after a break, and I just can't wait to see. Also, Absolute DC. DC started their own alternate universe line of comics, which has been really, really fun. Absolute Batman, obviously my favorite for that one, but it's really interesting, and I do want to talk more about this stuff, and I'm going to make a new channel. I'm going to put it up on screen once it's officially set up. Most likely, it's still in the works. So far, the name's going to be like Greek Weeb Comics, just to stay on brand, and so it's easier for people to know that this channel and the new channel, or, you know, this from the same person and connected. So I'll probably come up with a better name eventually in the future, but for now, that's going to be it. But I do just want to talk about comics for that one, because I've really been enjoying getting back into comics, and I do want to talk about all these different stories, these characters, and everything I'm enjoying from that, just like I've been doing with this channel when it comes to Fairy Tail and Forest Apocalypse and the other manga I'm covering, as well as the general recommendation when it comes to other series. So yeah, that's definitely going to be something that I plan to do in the future, but whether it's going to be January or February, I'm not sure. I'm just going to get some baseline videos just drafted up in advance to release as well, just like I'm doing with those blind reviews for Shaman King and Soul Eater. So look forward to that. Honestly, please, if I have the channel just shown up on screen and the link in the description, please just start subscribing, because it's very important for small channels and new channels to begin with. So if you like Marvel, DC, IDW, TMNT, or just comic books in general, check that out. It's a passion project of mine, and I really want that to also do well, just like this channel, so that I can just talk about all my hobbies. I'm also planning on actually getting something I need for streaming. I don't have a proper PC. I have a gaming laptop, and I have a PlayStation, so I might just grab like a proper headset just so I could set everything, and also probably try my best to set the stuff up to do streams, whether it be of just like baseline games or Marvel Rivals or new video games that eventually come out. That way I could at least have at least one day to stream stuff for you guys, and we can just interact, or maybe even read-alongs for new series, as if I can get a proper filter for it. But I do want to start streaming on this channel so we can at least talk and interact a lot more. I also reopened channel memberships for a time being for some shoutouts, early access to videos when possible, member-only shorts. I'm planning on doing more shorts soon, but yeah, I have a channel members. It'll actually really help the channel out a lot. Or go in the description, subscribe to my Patreon. You get access to my Patreon-only Discord server, and also early access to videos and shoutouts at the end of videos when the time needs to. So look forward to that. But yeah, any and all help would be appreciated. But yeah, going into 2025, I have a lot of things I want to do. Hell, I'm also planning to try and enter a webtoon competition with an artist that I met recently, and we've been talking about getting an idea, so I can get an idea of mine off the ground that I've been wanting to do for a while. If you've been a fan of the channel for the last 3 years, you probably know I tried making a webtoon, but unfortunately, circumstances made it so that I wasn't able to do it. But then I doubled down on YouTube, and that worked out a lot. So I'm going to see how that one works out as well. But yeah, 2025 is going to be a big year for me. I'm going to be like a year into my new job, and a whole lot of stuff's going to go on. But mainly, I want to alter things a little bit in terms of my schedule for my main channel, The Greek Weeb. Hopefully, make things better with the Panel Focus YouTube channel for the Show and Pulse podcast, because again, it's a passion project, just like the comic book channel, and I want those to do well, to keep talking about all these different things that I enjoy with people that also love these things, and also for you guys to just keep talking and have general discussions about the stuff that we all really do enjoy and love. So it's a lot that I want to do in 2025 moving forward. It'd be awesome if I somehow made this a full-time job. I doubt it's going to be a full-time job for me. It's probably going to be like my second full job in comparison to what I'm doing right now, because it's expensive living in New York. But yeah, I do want a lot to be done for this channel and everything going forward. So again, thank you for 25,000 subscribers. Hopefully I hit that 100K by the end of 2025. I doubt that, but hey, if we reach that goal, that'd be amazing. And also, I would appreciate the love and attention to the podcast and the comic book channel. I really do want those to just be given some love. I know it's gonna take some time for those to get built up, but I would very much appreciate the help for those. But yeah, 2025 is gonna be a big year, and I really hope you guys look forward to everything I have in store for you. And I know I've said it enough, but again, thank you for everything so far over the last year. It's definitely been a really great year for me, and I really hope things pick up as we move forward. But yeah, that's it for this update, and I really hope you guys enjoy everything I have in store for you, and I really hope you guys have an awesome year. See you next time.